Hello and welcome to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Today we're looking at some brand new cards which are supposed to support the ignister archetype. The first card is Iting Spirit. It's a normal spell card with the effect you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. 1. Target one ignister monster in your graveyard and special summon it. 2. If an ignister monster you control with 2300 or more attack would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. And 3. If this card becomes banished, you can activate this effect. Your ignister monsters with 2300 or more attack cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. This seems like a very extensive card for what it can do. Each effect actually helps to trigger off this second in the chain and then the third in the chain, which makes it a lot better than what some disjointed spell and traps in the past could do. The first ability acts a bit like a Monster Reborn. You're just able to bring back one of your ignister monsters. Assuming it's been properly summoned beforehand, it's, going to be fine for one of your extra deck monsters. It happens to have the once per turn, once per duel kind of effect where you're able to protect your ignister from card destruction if it's got a decent attack stat on it. So mostly that will be your extra deck monsters. That's nice. And then as a final part of the effect, to be able to provide you with battle protection for that turn is also quite good. It means that your opponent is going to have to heavily invest a number of turns and resources just to be able to get rid of one or two cards, unless they try and target and get rid of this effect to begin with. I should also note that with a lot of the ignister cards, they do have these kind of weird puns associated with them. So you've got like Fighting Spirit, Iting Spirit, very clever, very funny. You do have some archetypes out there that like Konami likes to play with, so there's that. The other card is AI's Show. It's a normal trap card with the effect when an opponent's monster declares an attack. If you control a Link 3 or higher ignister monster in the extra monster zone, special summon any number of non-Link Cyverse monsters with 2300 attack from your extra deck, whose total attack is equal to or less than the attacking monster's attack, then end the battle phase. So the chances are your opponent's monster is going to be over 2300 attack, so you're most likely going to be able to get at least one of the non-Link Cyverse monsters. It is very conditional. You do have to wait until your opponent actually declares an attack. You do need to have a Link 3 or higher ignister monster in a specific zone. It has to be in the extra monster zone, and you can really only be bringing out maybe one non-Link Cyverse monster because your opponent isn't likely to have a 4600 attack monster for you to bring two out. It's decent because it also ends the battle phase, so you've got a bit of a Monster Reborn alongside something like a Threatening Roar or a Wabuku, that type of effect. But it's okay, it's just very conditional, and if your opponent happens to just Twin Twister it off the field, there's no way for you to interact with that card. And the final card they mention here is just a reprint of Linkuriboh. I think both of these cards are actually really useful. They both have a way of reviving effects, as well as maybe one helps to protect against effect and battle destruction. The other one just ends the battle phase to begin with. Both have their uses and will definitely support the deck, and will do so quite convincingly. Do you guys like the designs of these cards? Do you think they actually work very well with them? Or do you think ignisters have more than enough support? Whatever you think, leave those comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily Yu-Gi-Oh content.